This episode is brought to you by Netflix. So Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, streaming live. At 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Cowboys, Commanders. Then at 4:30, you've got Lions, Vikings. Midwest football, playoff stakes, and probably some snow. Watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can enjoy. Open some gifts, grab some food, settle in, and watch NFL Live on Netflix this Christmas Day.
Go on mute though. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Derby. We've got a great episode this week. We're obviously going to go through the Premier League game week 10 games for United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool, and also the European fixtures in the Champions League. But before we do that, for those of you watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, share if you can. For those listening on Spotify, Apple or any of the other podcasting platforms, please follow and give us a 5-star review. All of that helps with the algorithms and growing the podcast. And of course, the views are expressed in this podcast are just for entertainment purposes, all jokes. If they're non-football related, they're not real opinions of any of us. How are you guys doing, guys? A lot of wins in the teams this week, a couple of draws. Liverpool back to winning ways. Khem's not here, so I think we've all caught life with that one. But how are you guys doing?
I'm off the bandwagon again. I can't believe I got tricked into it. I gave him a chance, man.
You lot just got manager of the month.
I know, bro.
Yeah, you banned that through fraud, man.
We got
an AC1, I see one.
Bro, we got manager of the month and we got player of the month. It's crazy. And the last game we didn't even win. So yeah.
You lot should be on something.
Why aren't you guys happy, man? Isn't it a great time to watch football?
So depressing.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. We saw you guys struggle with carrier bag yesterday, so that was fun. Or the day before yesterday. And we got big games this week. We got 2 Big Six fixtures as well. Spurs versus United and Man City versus Liverpool.
Excuse me. You also mean Arsenal versus Sunderland, mate? Big Six.
No. Big Six against each other, bro. Against each other, you know what I mean?
Sunderland, mate. Sunderland, mate. You know, come on. Put some respect.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. We'll hope you have that energy when the predictions come around and you're not going to predict the slapping. But before we get into those previews and also the European fixtures, obviously United not playing in Europe, not playing midweek. So we'll go through the game on Saturday, I believe, at Nottingham Forest. It ended 2-2. United took the lead and then 2 quick goals for Forest in the second half. I missed both of them, I have to be honest, guys. I went out to get a drink, came back and we were 2-1 down and I was livid. But we somehow managed to get 2-2. Ahmad with a bit of a screamer at the end. I'll go to you, Nash, first, since you've said that you're off the bandwagon. What did you make of the game, bro? And do you think it was 1 point dropped, or 1 point gain, or 2 points dropped?
It was definitely 2 points dropped because this guy, his team selection just can't control midfield. And yes, Casemiro did what he does lately, but that midfield is just still suspect, man. It's so vulnerable and you can run through it. And, man, the team selection, I still can't get behind it. It's like every time I see that team selection, I have no confidence going into the game and I'm always rewarded for my cynicism. It's not a good day, man. I'll let him convince me just for a couple weeks and more fall for me.
I don't know. I'm going to ask you lot, obviously not being United fans, for your take on it, right? But obviously when I came back and then watched the 2 goals go in, they're really poor goals to give away, first of all. And it's a lot to do with the wing backs more than I think in other games. It's been like obviously midfield or goalkeeping errors and different bits like that. But for these 2 goals, obviously Ahmad had a pretty good game going forward, I think, but defensively obviously gets beaten for the Gibbs White header. And then the second goal, Diogo Dalot, man, I don't know what that guy's doing. He's been stinking up all season.
He's playing against us. He's playing against us.
Yeah, honestly, that guy is not a good player. So we've definitely got big problems in the wing back areas where we need to fix. But what do you guys think? What do you think about the midfield stuff? Because I actually think Casemiro was good in this game as well. I didn't think he was that bad, Nash. I thought he was all right.
His partner in crime, let's not talk about him.
Yeah.
No, I think you guys. Well, I think I predicted a 2-2, so I wasn't surprised by the result. But yeah, I think to be fair, what Nash is saying about you guys midfield, I think that's always gonna be. I think that's always questionable. Your wing backs, I think that's kind of you just got to accept that until he actually signs. I guess actual wing backs or people that can play. I feel like obviously Ahmad. I think he's definitely a makeshift right wing back. He's just someone that can do a job there, but I don't think that's not his position, obviously. And mistakes are going to come in no matter what. And then Dallo, yeah, I don't. To be fair, I can't say I watched him closely. I guess as close as you guys. So if he's been a bigger problem for you guys, then that's definitely it wouldn't surprise me because I've never actually rated him. And then your midfield, yeah, that's been an issue from the beginning. I don't think that's going to change until he decides he wants to sign some players to replace him. I think that's. I don't know. I can't see him signing many people in January to kind of fix that issue, but. Yeah, and then Big Mano is not getting a chance as well, so I don't really understand what his issue is. So I think long may the suffering continue. But yeah, no, you picked up some good results, so it can't be all doom and gloom being a United fan right now.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to drop your tagline of you enjoy seeing the pain and blah blah blah, but you missed the chance now. We'll move on, bro. We'll move on. You can drop it later. Razor, what did you make of it, bro? Because like obviously some United fans like Nash are quite upset that we dropped points because obviously we did have a chance at the end. I think Ahmad had one cleared off the line. But I think it would have been a bit of a smash and grab if we got that, in my opinion. I feel like a draw was probably just about fair. What did you make of the game, bro? Do you think we got away with one or do you think it was deserved?
Yeah, it definitely would have been a smash and grab. I think there was a good opportunity. There were a couple good chances for Bruno as well. Like he hit the post and then whoever was following up wasn't able to stab it in. It's not that you guys weren't like in the game, but I think like the question that you put on the episode outline, which I loved, by the way, was it 2 points dropped or 1 point gained? And it was absolutely 2 points dropped. Like you need to stop falling into this idea of like, oh yeah, but like, we've been bad, this, that, and the other. Like, it's Forest. Forest have had a woeful start to the season. They're trying to sort out what's going on. They've got allegedly redacted going on in the boardroom. And you, man, are supposed to be on an upswing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've been getting results. This is you got results at places where you weren't supposed to get results. This is a place where you should have got a result. Their main man, Morgan Gibbs-White, he got his first goal of the season in that game. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not like they've been on one. It's not like they turned up and played you guys off the park. You guys, I feel like, didn't really show up in a way that you could have. And the defensive issues and liabilities at United, I know, like we're saying, like, wing backs this and bro, like certain things are basic things in it. Should Morgan Gibbs-White be winning a header like that in the box for that goal? I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like United definitely, they missed a trick. Poor brother, my man, his hair's going to be mad long for time. He's not getting a trim. It's peak. It's bare peak. But as Ayo said, long may it continue. We love to see it.
Poor old Frank, man. That guy, United Strand. Yeah, it's a long day for him, man. He's gonna have to start putting some relaxer in there or something to try and chill it out because he's not getting a haircut for a minute. But yeah, I agree with you though, Razor. I think it is 2 points dropped though, because in the first half I felt comfy. Forest didn't really look like they were doing anything. We didn't look like we were doing that much either, but we felt quite comfortable in the game. And yeah, when I came back and after the 2 goals were scored, it felt like that unreliable United again. The only thing that was a bit different, I think, was obviously being able to score the equaliser and then kind of building a bit of momentum, but it means nothing really. Forest have been stinking up for ages, and it was a good opportunity to get a win in properly before Sean Dyche actually has a chance to like get them ticking. But yeah, man, I agree. Rhys, what do you think, bro? Because I think we're in a similar place in the table. Both teams are quite inconsistent. Did you watch that game and think any different about United, or do you still think we're going to be up and down?
God, it's a dark day when you put us in the same basket as Man United, man. Come on. No, I'm joking.
Carry it, man.
Really, I think over the months you have to be pleased with. It's been like a slow progress to improvement. I think Yeah, it was 2 points drop, but you can't expect to go to Forest and take all 3 points. They did have chances. You also had chances to take the game at the end, towards the end, particularly. But I think, in terms of the team, I just think it's just going to be a slow process for Amorim to sort of weed everyone out. And like you talk about the wing backs, I think it's just going to take a few transfer windows for him to get the team exactly how he wants it. I mean, clearly, Kobe Mainu doesn't fit in his plans. Belabor didn't happen to Nash's discredit. But so I just think you should be pleased that you're sort of getting up the table. I mean, on Talksport, they were saying about you lot being title contenders, which I think is way off. Like,
that's mad. That's crazy.
That's mad. But I think it's a definite improvement based on where you've come from last year. And I just think it's just going to be a slow process. You're going to have these days. You're going to have like this thing where you're going to have a good run of form, and then you're just going to drop points here and there. I just think it should be expected from where you've come from, and just Ruben Amorim trying to kind of not. It's not just about style of play, but it's getting the players that are willing to play for him as well. Like, So I just think, I think I would take a lot of positives being a Man United fan right now, but there is definite room for improvement.
Yeah, I think actually being disappointed is a sign of us actually being in a slightly better place. Like, if we think about it, we've been accepting a lot of bad results all over the shop, and the 2-2 at Forest, I think the last couple of times we went there, we've caught L's. So obviously we should go to those kind of grounds and try and get a win, but in our current situation, it's not the end of the world. I don't think any of us looked at those 4 fixtures we've recently had, and if we look at the predictions, I doubt very, very many of us went for 10 points out of 12, right? Most of us didn't. So we got to look at things in a more positive lens. Nash, take hints, bro. Don't be so downbeaten about it all. One thing I will say is I need to hold my hands up again. I think last week's pod, I said I couldn't understand what the hype was around Elliot Anderson. Apologies. I understand, because he tore us up, man. He looks really good.
It's not hard to do our midfield, bro. It's not hard to do in our midfield.
I know, but still.
Let's be easy.
I know, but I honestly, I thought it was
peppering us, bro. Grimsby were peppering us. I'm not trying to hear.
I know, but Elliot Anderson did have a good game, right? You did see he had a good game, bro. It wasn't just a passion merch, and we were rubbish in that game. I don't think our midfield was that poor in this game. He just ran the show. He had the ball. He was driving with it. He was playing through the lines. He's definitely a better player, at least, than the credit I gave him last week. I honestly thought it was madness.
He's got tech.
That's no bar.
He's got tech. He's a baller.
He's a good player, man. Nash is just
Belabor, isn't it? It's Belabor. He's hanging on to the Belabor stuff.
Who's actually going to buy him for 120 mil?
That's obscene. He's English. English tax is real, but he's a good player, but he's not 120 mil. But English tax, you never know. United could buy him for 120 mil realistically.
If Social was still here, that would be his signing.
That's the type of signing I can see United making and spending.
No, bro. We're all about the international cheap funds, bro. We're into human trafficking these days.
Allegedly. All right, let's move on to the Arsenal section swiftly, guys. All right, two more wins, 2 more clean sheets. We had a bit of a scare against Slavia Prague. There was a penalty at the end that got given and then overturned. I don't think it was a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty.
Anyway,
it wasn't.
You got 5 goals, none conceded. I am definitely going to come to you first. Hold tight, Razor, just particularly because Mikel Merino 2 goals. Are we gonna get you to hold your hand up? Say anything about Merino? Or
I've always said I have no problem Merino playing up top. I've always said that. So there's gonna be no backtracking or apologies. If Merino plays up top, I'm a happy boy. I've always said that. Merino plays in midfield, then my anger is always justified. The guy is a striker, and you can see the way he finishes, the way he moves. He's got all the movements of a striker. And right now, Gokares being injured, it just makes more sense for him to play up top. And I'll be happy with him playing up top. He seems to know where the goal is. Like, annoyingly, he's a very good finisher. Like, even that finish against Prague is just his movement, and then the delicate touch is he's got all the top qualities of like a top striker, which just is crazy considering that we signed him as a midfielder. And when he plays midfield, he just offers nothing. So it's just, yeah. So no, we're good, man. It's weird to, feel like this. I guess it's a good feeling, but can't get too excited. Obviously, I've lived too long as an Arsenal fan to get too excited too soon. But I can't complain. Yeah, obviously another clean sheet as well. We don't look like we're going to concede, but you never. And even if we do concede, it'll be one goal, I think, if that, anytime soon. But no, we're good, man. It's a good time to be us. And yeah, Marino up top is long may it continue if Gyökeres is out.
You don't seem very effusive in your praise. Is your Arteta?
I was gonna say, what is that feeling?
What do you mean?
You're looking at the floor, grudgingly praising the team, bro.
There's praise. I told you I'm not gonna be clapping like, what do you call it, pom poms. I've told you I'm always gonna be very level headed regardless of the until there's a trophy. I'm a very level headed man, mate. I'm excited. I'm good. I'm happy. The boys were good, and it's good, man. I can't complain. We're still winning, obviously, and getting some open play goals as well, which makes a change. So, and also it was
right there.
Pardon?
You sniped him.
I didn't, but also it was Slavia Prague as well. It's like we just got to keep it tempered. We're just doing what needs to be done. So, yeah, I think Sunderland this weekend will be a good game, and yeah, that'll be a big game to see how we play. But yeah, I'm happy. I can't complain, and that's good for me. Me not complaining is a very good sign.
I was going to say,
trust me.
We're making baby steps here. We're making baby steps.
Exactly.
Razor, what's your take on it, bro? Do you agree that Marino up front is the way forward, or do you still think he's got room in midfield? And what should the changes be now that I think Gyökeres has been confirmed to be out for a few weeks, right? He's not going to be back until potentially just after the international break. So do you think Marino up top is the way?
I literally just sent Lana my little notes that I wrote. Yeah. And word for word, read the second bullet point. You read it.
Marino in midfield. I could be Lana. I'm not keen on it. Marino up top. Bagsman. Bad boy. Say less. I
promise you. Because I didn't know Lana was going to be on the show today, innit? He didn't click in the group chat. So I was prepared to shout him out, innit, and say, listen, I'm becoming a little bit more like Lana when I see him in midfield. I'm like, is it necessary? Do we need that?
Exactly.
Him up top, I'll go to war for it. Like, I'm with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Havertz and Gyökeres might need to both, and Jesus as well. Bring him. They all might need to find their way back into the starting 11 as far as that like top position is. I do think though, like Gyökeres offers something different in terms of like playmaking, and like Lana was saying, I think against a team like Slavia Prague, like no disrespect to them, I think that's where like a Marino can thrive. I think what we've been seeing from Gyökeres in certain games this season where he's able to like take the defense further up, take on two defenders, keep them occupied. Marino doesn't really have that. He's a little bit more of he's got a midfielder's kind of approach to the box in it. Like it's like arriving late, being where the cutback is he's not really going up there and doing the wrestling for like 45, 65 minutes a game. But proper pleased with Marino. As long as he's not starting in midfield ahead of like Eze or Ethan. Happy days, mate. But yeah, what a time to be alive, man. It's wonderful. Even Lana's happy.
You know what I saw though? I did see some Ethan critique from a lot of people for his game against Prague, which I was surprised about. A lot of people are saying they didn't enjoy. They can see why he doesn't play. It doesn't start. He's like he doesn't have that same type of tactical, I guess, awareness that you need from our midfielders, which I thought was a bit harsh.
Yeah, I think there's something about this jersey. There's something about this badge that just makes people be disingenuous about players. and I think we're seeing. No, I'm being so serious. I said it in a silly way, but I'm being so serious. I think like Ethan, you've seen him get into the first team when there wasn't a lot of options for him other than for him to be in the first team because we were in the middle of an injury crisis. Do you know what I'm saying? He broke his way in. He weren't playing in the position that he wanted to play in, but he was given a lot of freedom. Now he's at the club, he's playing in like a second team, like sort of substitute backup role. He understands what his role is, but when he's coming on, he's not coming on to be like, oh, you know, like you're going to play like 75 minutes replacing Saka, like try and like do this and follow this system. He's coming on and he's trying to show what kind of player he is. And I personally, I don't have a problem with it. I think contextually it makes sense. Like if we wanted someone to play like Norgard's on the bench, like we'd put Norgard on. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not this, the criticism, I saw a bit of it. It's not dissimilar to the discourse around Declan, I feel, because people have reached the point of just talking nonsense about Declan Rice. Do you know what I mean? I don't remember his name. There was a TalkSport guy. He said something like Declan wouldn't stand out in a side that wasn't as good. Like we bought him from Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? It's just I don't know what to say sometimes. You know what I mean? I think Ethan's playing well. I think when he's gotten on the pitch, he's looked dangerous. I think he's got a similar profile to Eze, but he's just like a little bit more, I would say, raw, which produces moments of magic. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I think people want to nitpick stuff about Arsenal because at the moment it's gone from like, oh, well, you know, you need to win games, and when we're winning games, it's like, oh, well, it's boring. And it's like, actually, we're dominating possession and pinning teams back. Oh, well, you're only scoring from corners. Well, we're scoring from open play. Oh, well, you know, there's always going to be an oh, well. And the last oh, well will be like, oh, well, but have you won a trophy yet? So, like, let them talk. I love it. It's musical. It sounds like a symphony. Nash's disapproving face is warming my soul. Let them talk. KDB.
But the Ethan stuff is jokes, though, because I do think I just feel like it's because you guys got a lot of youngsters that have pretty much stepped into the team. When you look at like Lewis Skelly and even Dowman, for the little flashes you've seen of him, that just feel maybe to some people like they're a bit more polished already. But that's fine, man. Ethan's got the talent, you can tell. And like you said, Razor, he's a bit rawer maybe than those other guys, but I feel like he's got more X factor because of that. He's able to do like screamers from 30 yards. He's able to like beat a man and do something else. But sometimes it doesn't come off, man, because he's still young. He's bare young. He's going to make the wrong decision. He might just not have the physical strength to pull certain things off. And he'll get there, man. I personally, out of the three of those players, just stylistically like prefer a like Ethan type player. But I understand why he might be getting less game time than the other two, or at least definitely Lewis Skelly, because you can see just by some of the things Lewis Skelly does, that it just feels like he's got a bit more nous. He like makes the right decision more often. He'll get his body in the way of things. He'll do certain things that make him look like a more experienced player, whereas Ethan definitely does look like a younger player getting used to it. But you've got to roll with the punches, man. You've got three very good youngsters coming in that are probably going to have a squad space or maybe start an 11 space. And people just need to like not expect the same levels of all of them. Like they're going to progress at different rates, man. And I still think he's doing pretty well. I just think people maybe are expecting certain things from him that they're seeing from other youngsters in your team. But I mean, if that's your biggest problem, bro, that is nice.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. That is very nice.
You're for sure right.
It's that, yeah, nah. That's like our second biggest problem. Our biggest problem is Eze and Timber arguing over who's going to lead the class in Bible study.
Again, lovely problem, bro.
We ain't really got no problems like that. You know what I mean?
It's facts. It's
99 problems, but conceded goals ain't one. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's looking crazy, man. The defense is looking crazy. And you're changing players as well, and it's not affecting anything. You're bringing in Cappies and
can we talk about my
Mosqueras and
Cappier? Can we talk about
he's
him?
Good, man. He's a good player.
I feel like we got a Latino Ben White on our hands, you know, like in terms of the approach. Like you see, Slavia Prague got that 6 foot, that NBA sized brother, playing up top in the first half, and Hincapié was like, "What? You mad? You want some?" I was like, "Yeah." I can get behind
I
this.
think it's actually crazy how good it's not very often you can praise Arsenal recruitment, but what they've done over this last summer is actually ridiculously impressive. Because when you can see, as you said, with the fact you can sub players out or just change the entire back four, and we don't look obviously it might look a bit different, but the drop off isn't that significant.
Minimal.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And saying that as an Arsenal fan, when we've seen like one of our original backline is always shaky. So when we lose one player that we just completely collapse. So to see us now is it's mental to actually witness and be proud of our defense as an Arsenal fan, because that's not something I've ever been proud of. And so it's
crazy. The depth is
mad.
Crazy. But I would argue with IO in that department, you guys' recruitment's been 10-10 for about 4 years, man. Like all the defenders you've gotten, I would say in the last 3 or 4 years, starting with Ben White, it's been almost flawless, your recruitment in defense, right? We'll argue about the striker and other places. Obviously, there's been gripes about that kind of stuff. But defensively, very few missteps, man. A lot of those players are still there, or you flip them for a bit of profit, like Kiwior or someone like that. Maybe only Tomiyasu, which is the sad one. But your success rate is above 80%, which for transfers is great.
Lana will agree with that. Do you know what he might be a little bit more reluctant to agree with? That Arteta might have had a vision and he might have known what he was doing. And then I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it because there's been several times that we've questioned it. We questioned whether Ben White was worth how much we paid for him. Why are you bringing in David Raya? Like we've just about got Ramsdale playing like a but why does he keep sending Saliba out on loan? He's gonna leave. This, that, and
he certainly knows what he's doing. I think I even saw another interview from Oxlade-Chamberlain today. I don't know if you guys saw that one, saying that Arteta was the first person to kind of tell Wenger about using analytics and like actually bringing in people to scout the other team. And so Arteta, and that was in 2014, which is crazy. Wow. And so he's clearly been ahead of the curve for a long time. He's had that brain. So yeah, man, gotta give credit to SG, man. I'm still my Arteta hate came from Ozil anyway, man. What he done to Ozil?
This is getting
that's where it came from. That's where it came from. Nah, it was Ozil hate, man. What he done to Ozil broke my heart. So that was when my hatred began for him. So, but
you know what? We should give credit actually not only to Arteta, but I've read a lot of stuff about how the managers that we in this country give quite a lot of flack for not being very inventive tactically or whatever, actually brought in a lot of the big innovations in football. Like David Moyes was a part of that. I think started doing a lot of that at Everton, and a lot of people think he's known for kind of boring football and not attractive football. Sam Allardyce is a big one in Bolton. I remember reading stuff about how they brought in data and stuff like that. So it comes in weird ways, man. You know, a lot of the managers that we love, some of them had little blind spots and missed certain things, and some of the managers we call like dinosaurs and Jurassic and all that kind of stuff actually had some innovation. But yeah, that's why Arteta puts Moyes on his Mount Rushmore of managers, isn't it? It's probably because of that. Let's move on to Liverpool then, guys. Khem's not here. We praise the Lord, thank God for that, because they managed to get two big wins, man. Beat Real Madrid 1-0. They actually peppered Real Madrid. I don't know if you man saw that game. We'll talk about it in a minute, but they actually did give them the business. If it wasn't for Courtois, it could have been quite long for Real Madrid. And then they beat Aston Villa as well, 2-0. And that one, I don't know. What did you guys make of it? Because some Liverpool fans now are flipping back to the idea that they could be back in a race and whatever, and it's not so doom and gloom. I'm not sure, guys. What do you think? Rhys, I haven't asked you anything in a moment. What do you think about this Liverpool resurgence? Nash, go on, bro. You jump in. I need you to do some Liverpool hate.
I wouldn't say it's more of a resurgence. I think it was falling back onto comfortable old habits. Like the lineup was very much a last season team, so it was like the last gasp of a dying giant. So it's like, you know, let's do the vintage, just pull it back out to the old tactics, which is what you call it, very much condemns the manager that they're only winning through the old ways, and everything you try to introduce has been thrown out the window just to get them back on track. And plus, Real Madrid are going through their own transition as well. So I wouldn't say at this point that's much of an accomplishment. So yeah, this is fool's gold, this Liverpool resurgence. I ain't feeling it.
This is exactly what I wanted to hear, bro. Thank you. I really needed to hear that today. But yeah, the Real Madrid one was weird. I mean, I don't know if you guys have you been watching La Liga, because they've been smoking quite a few teams in La Liga. I think they're top. They obviously beat Barca in El Clasico like a couple of weeks back. There's still some like
that 3-3. Nothing's going well in that league, man.
Yeah. I mean, apart from Rashi, right? Apart from Rashi.
Of course, man. My man's doing what he has to do.
I think Madrid are a weird one, man. I think they have their moments. I still don't think Xabi Alonso knows what his best team is yet, obviously.
I think it's because the Real Madrid players don't actually want to be told what to do.
Exactly.
They're very much not a system team. They don't like to be told where to be in position, out of position.
Exactly.
And they're still struggling to press. And when you play Liverpool, if you can't press, they're just going to transition through you.
Just play around you, yeah.
They just fell into the trap, and now they've paid for it.
But no, it's completely agree. And I think that Liverpool game, like that Courtois performance, honestly, you guys were never there, but there was a point when I was in Spain. It's actually very poignant. I'm wearing this Spain shirt. There was a time we played a game, and I played in goal, and that Courtois performance was very reminiscent of what I put on that day as well. Because it wasn't just saving everything. Honestly,
you're shameless.
I'm not
absolutely shameless.
I will send this.
You are absolutely shameless.
I'm gonna send this, and I'm gonna ask some of the guys.
We need evidence
at uni to verify that performance. Because honest to God, what Courtois was doing, I genuinely sent shivers down my spine because I thought I was watching myself. It was honestly, he's such a good keeper, man. He's such a good keeper now. But yeah, I think did
you say Andre Olana?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
That's actually brilliant. That's annoyingly very good. I don't like that, but actually giving you that. I actually teed you up with that one. I'm annoyed at myself now. That's crazy. That's actually annoying. That's too witty for you. I don't know how you come up with that.
English language is working in my hands. You should know this by now. Have you just
No, that was too. Anyway, back to my point. My expert analysis of Thibaut Courtois' point. Let's not that digress. But no, it was good. I think Liverpool deserved to win, obviously. But I still think they're going to be in the title race. It's November, so I don't think it's all doom and gloom yet. And as long as he just goes back to what they had last year, and I think he doesn't overcomplicate his slot, then they've still got a chance. They've still got time to figure it out. And I think it'll be stupid to write them off from the title race because, yeah, as I said, it's November. There's still so many games left to play. And I think, and they're out of competitions now as well. That might benefit them. So, like, this actually, it might play to them. But yeah, I think, some good results after they were struggling. And yeah, I think unfortunately Khem might be a bit happier, which I don't enjoy. So, but yeah, it was good results for them after what's been a terrible month or so.
Yeah, you almost saved that analysis with the Khem bit, but yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I don't like hearing it, man. Because, it's Liverpool. It's a weird one. Razor, what do you think, bro? Do you agree with Io? Do you think it's a bit silly to rule them off, or do you think rule them out? Sorry, or do you think that maybe both Villa and Madrid played into their hands a little bit? Because we didn't see any, Rhys's, low balls and long blocks and all that. It was a lot more high pressing and the standard football that Slot likes, or do you think that's unfair to say? Go on, Razor. What do you think, bro?
I think the problem is that man shared the team sheet with Slot before, so he knew he was going to play, and he was able to prepare for it. And very reasonable of them, but not great for my hate watch. You know what I'm saying? I think Liverpool fans being able to show their faces outside again is positive generally for them. Terrible for the rest of us. I do feel like it's a bit like getting carried away to be like, oh yeah, like Liverpool are back. Like I agree with Io. It'd be really, it's so early. Like obviously as fans and now like making the pod, we're being bare reactionary. We're talking about football over the course of like a day, over the course of a week, like every week. Do you know what I mean? So it's always going to be like a bit like silly to write them off at this stage, because it's quite silly to write anyone off at this stage, like who's got a team like of their quality. But it definitely doesn't look like the same side, and I don't think them beating an Aston Villa side that have again had their own problems and a Real Madrid side that have again had their own problems, I don't think that that's like indicative of being like, oh yeah, well, like they're getting back on track. Do you know what I'm saying? I agree with Lana completely. Like, it's a bit, it would be really, really bold to sort of assume that Liverpool were done out of here. I think it'd be really bold to assume that any of like the top like 5, 6, 7 teams in the division were like done out of here in terms of the league, because like it's not even Christmas yet. Do you know what I mean? Anything could happen. Bad things happen all the time in terms of injuries and fixtures getting rescheduled, so people are tired, competitions. I was gonna say that like it's funny because man was saying about like Liverpool getting knocked out of competitions. I think United are enjoying their one game a week a lot. Like, you man are playing less games a week than Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? They're great teams compared to you, man. So yeah, like it's just that, innit? Like, I think it's foolish to count anyone out. At the same time, I'm not like, oh, Liverpool are back on. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think there's still a couple pieces of the puzzle there for Slot to figure out. Oh no!
Like the Undertaker, like the Undertaker, he's arisen.
That's absolutely
the cows have gone off the railroads, and
I felt
in the build.
That
Instantly
is
sick.
disgusting. What the fuck just happened there?
Michael Jordan, I'm back.
That was brilliant, man. I hate that.
That's made me feel ill.
Khem, go on, bro. Give us your analysis. What have you made of these 2 games? You've won 2 games in a row. You've kind of ended this streak of 6 defeats in 7, 2 clean sheets as well. Van Dijk's even sniping Rooney in the press conferences or in the interviews. You must be a lot happier than you were in the last pod you were on.
I did briefly hear Nash say it's not a good look on the manager if you have to go to old tactics. I don't disagree with that at all. It's not great, but other managers out there, they die on their hill. So I also respect him for doing that to get some balance back in the midfield area. I think the big one is McAllister finding some form, and we probably have our best 2 games. So that says a lot because he is our glue. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I didn't get too low when we were losing. Obviously, it wasn't good. The performances weren't very good, especially defensively. But at the same time, when we were winning 5 in a row, we weren't performing great either. So I wouldn't say we're out of the mud at all. I think there's still issues there that can be got at by teams that prepare in a different way. Obviously, Ant's hating by saying that those teams played into our hands, but Villa and Real Madrid don't play long ball, so I don't know what you're expecting, bruv. You know what I mean? You want them to turn around and suddenly start booting it. They don't do that. They don't even have tall players up front. Well, okay, Villa have Watkins, I suppose, but Madrid certainly wouldn't do that. Also, there was no way that Trent was going to come back and get anything but an L, let's be real. They were definitely motivated for that. Like, our own fans probably would have been getting on our own players if they let Trent come back with anything. So what was good was, I'd say it was nice to obviously have some clean sheets, but we've lost those games. We won our first bunch of games by fine margins, a lot of them in the last minute. We lost our next 6. What's this new phrase kids are saying? 6, 7. Fucking 6 out of 7, all that shit. We lost those, a lot of them by fine margin. I think all of them were by 1 goal anyway. So it's as you were, I think, with the team.
Not the Palace game.
Oh yeah, that one.
Smoked in that one.
I delete that from my memory, but he's clearly tanked that match. But Palace bully us anyway. My only regret from that game was not putting a bet on Sarr to score, because that's a certainty to score against us. So that's a shame. But with the actual games that matter, it's still been fine margins, which I'd say that the Madrid game was a good look in terms of establishing a lot of control in the match. The scoreline flattered Madrid, I'd say, but City is a big test away from home. They've been finding their feet for the last few months as well, haven't they? Like they sort of started their transition in January and they're still going now. So see how it plays out. I think we're still going to be inconsistent throughout the season. It's just too many changes in one go. We're having to bring old men back in at left back. We're actually playing Ekitike up front, which is good. The one thing I'd say, it was good to see Gakpo dropped because he seems to have become undroppable all season. I don't know what was going on, and it was getting worrying. So it's good. A bit of competition will probably make him play better, be a little bit less selfish. So that's a good thing as well. So that I like that as well. Salah was okay. He's still not playing great, but I don't know. We'll see. I think we're too up and down this season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get carried away with these 2 dubs. They were nice. It was very good to see McAllister back, but it's as you were. Like even after the last pod I was on, after whichever L that was, maybe the Chelsea one, it's still as you were. And as for Van Dijk and Rooney, I think I think it's been overblown. I think the only issue is I think Wayne was just mentioning like, oh, he's down tools because he signed the contract. I think just from a pro to a pro, that's pretty disrespectful. So I think that's where Verge actually took issue with his comments. Everything else is pretty justified. The team aren't winning games. Liverpool shouldn't be losing as many games in a row. It's disgraceful. So that's fine. It's just I think commenting on him as a pro isn't really cool, especially for a guy who got sacked 4 times in 2 years talking about leadership. I don't really know where he gets the audacity to do that, if I'm honest. The guy even got fucking sacked on New Year's Eve, by Plymouth Argyle. They didn't even want to start their new year with him. They wanted him off the books. So he can talk about a lot of things, but leadership.
Yeah, but we know that's a bit disingenuous because a manager versus a player, right? We look at Rooney as a player versus him as a player. We'll see when Van Dijk's managing Barrow Town or whatever in the Vanarama and how he's coping in 3 years. You know what I mean? It's a sticky one, but at least he came out and chat and he spoke to him and he fronted up to it, which you got to respect Van Dijk on that.
Something Trent couldn't do when he was vice captain, by the way. He didn't speak.
I mean, as well, he was spicy. He was spicy about Trent as well. So clearly, obviously, there's no love.
It was a bit of a dumb question by Theo. Like, did you see him or no? Like, they wouldn't have seen him. The guy literally arrived in the country the day before, trained, and then they would have played against each other. The first time he would have seen him would have been like in the tunnel. So yeah,
I know, but there's been loads of clips after with all the other, like a bunch of other Liverpool players, like meeting Trent, saying hello, giving him a hug or whatever, and chatting to him. So I think that's what he was alluding to. But I think Trent and VVD have been they were butting heads a bit when they were playing in the last season and a half anyway. So I guess he doesn't feel.
You don't know why, because one got the move the other wanted.
Possible.
I
thought VVD was twerking for PSG though, wasn't he? I thought he was twerking for Khaldoon, or not Khaldoon. That's not their owner, but the PSG owner in the tunnel.
Yeah,
so I think
Madrid saw every other big team's targets, man. It was a 4D chess. Yeah.
Look, but I do agree with most of what you're saying, though, Khem. I think you've got to wait and see. I think now it's a bit easier because obviously Isak's out, so you have to play Ekitike out front when he comes back. Then you've got that whole decision, which might make things difficult.
Yeah.
Wirtz you can bring in now because Gakpo hasn't been playing too well. But who knows what happens when Wirtz, throws in more stinkers? What you're going to do? Bring Gakpo back, and then it's a bit of a weird one. Same with the Kirkes and Robinson. I think it's just going to be tricky. If you beat City away, which we'll get to in the predictions in a minute, then I think this kind of question will be a bit more of a valid one. Right now,
I think Kirkes, it's a good chance for him to just sit back and learn for a bit, like a bit of pressure off him, I suppose. It's not a bad situation for him because he's just been a bozo. So take him out of the limelight and he can rid himself of that bozo gene.
Yeah, I hear you, man. All right, so we'll wrap up the Liverpool bit there. You made it in time, mate. Well done. Good job. Let's go on to the Chelsea segment. Rhys has gone AWOL, so we'll chat about it and see if he comes back at some point. I don't know if he's ducking it on purpose because it was 50-50. Unless you want to jump in, Razor, you want to say anything about Liverpool? You want to kick him up there down?
No. I was just saying Rhys # noticing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man's internet cut out at the
Selective.
perfect time. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's selective timing, definitely. But who knows, man? That connection was moving a bit mad, so he may have just actually been struck down with bad connection. But Chelsea, exactly, yeah. Chelsea have had a crazy week, man. Because I don't know what you guys think. That Spurs game, I thought they absolutely battered them. They absolutely hammered Spurs. 1-0 was like very, very kind to Tottenham. If Chelsea's forward players were a bit more clinical, didn't Gittins miss like a nearly open goal? Skied one really badly. They missed a lot of chances to actually absolutely hammer them, but they got the win in the end. And then that Qarabağ game, boy, I don't know if you lot saw it. It was the early kickoff on Wednesday. Qarabağ stuck it on them. I think they had higher XG. They had more chances. They pretty much gave them a really rough time. If it wasn't for Rhys back, if it wasn't for Garnacho pulling in that that equalizer in the second half, then I think it would have been a really rough result. So the form's all over the place. Rhys, you've come back at just the right time. What did you make of the games, bro? First a Tottenham win, and then the Qarabağ draw.
I think overall, if I was to sum it up, it's kind of a reflection of the team and where it's at. Like, it just lacks so much consistency. I think we do tend to be up for the bigger games. I think this season we might we're doing well to compete with the bigger teams this season. But I feel like when it comes to these little dibby teams, we're just not finding a way to get through. I mean, Qarabağ, I think you have to look at the context of it as well. Obviously, it was a long flight. You know, the players were tired. But yeah, I'm not. I think I'm just calling out for a bit more consistency with the team in general. We're winning games here and there, but then we're dropping points again, like dropping points to Sunderland after going on a pretty Tottenham, and then just sort of letting ourselves down against Qarabağ. But I think for me, it's more of a defensive issue than anything. I just feel like we just lack so much organisation defensively. That I think is our problem. So I think that these type of results are going to come. You're going to like drop points here and there, but I'm kind of like used to sort of how it's kind of going right now. We won't find that consistency until we get those type of players that know about competing week in, week out for different trophies.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I think there's problems on both ends, right? It feels like your defense is too shaky, but that's because partly you're playing different centre backs and different full backs and different people in different positions because of the injuries. But then going forward, man, I know you scored 2 goals against Qarabağ, but like you guys are very wasteful going forward. And I know that as a United fan, having had Garnacho before and Højlund and had some of these forwards who are not as proven and as clinical as some of the other big teams have. And you're going to create a lot of chances, but it's just whether or not you can finish them. And I think definitely with that Spurs game, like I said a bit ago, that wasn't a 1-0 game. You guys hammered them. Like if you had your finishing boots on, that was 3-0, that was 4-0. You're tucking them away nicely, but I just think at the moment you guys are not sturdy at the back and you're not clinical going forward. And so that kind of brings the level between you and the other team closer almost every time you play. So you can sneak wins here and there, but you could draw, you could lose like you did against Sunderland. It's kind of a bit of a mixed bag, which is not ideal for a fan, I guess.
Yeah, you don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, up front, you look at João Pedro and he's not really a striker out and out number 9 as well. So it just kind of makes it difficult when he's kind of dropping deep with everyone else. And I think we do miss kind of Liam Delap or even Nicholas Jackson. So we are cool. But yeah, shout out to Mark Yu as well. Conference League GOAT. But yeah, a lot of work needs doing, and I can't. As much as I do get frustrated with Maresca sometimes, I can't really put all the blame on him because I don't think we're supporting him like we're supposed to as a board. Like if he had better players, we could kind of look at him in a different light. But I feel like he is working with players that are young and going to be inconsistent. So I think he gets a bit of a blight.
Yeah, it's tricky. I think it's just tricky to evaluate the manager when you have that situation, isn't it? I mean, it's only easy if they do really well, or it's only easy if they like stink up the joint, and then you know clearly they're not the right man. But when he's kind of getting this mixed bag of results, it's hard to pinpoint who's really causing the inconsistency, whether it's the players, the manager, the squad building. It's a bit all over the shop. But I think finally, anyway, from my end, lads, I'm going to ask the rest of you non-Chelsea fans to chip in. I won't be applying the pressure on the Chelsea should be title challengers stuff because I think it's quite clear they're an inconsistent team, right? Like they're top four in my eyes. I don't know what you think. Io, what do you think about Chelsea? Do you think they should be aiming higher, or do you think top four is where they should be?
First, can I just address the fact that Rhys said that they took a long flight? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That is just as unacceptable to hear those words uttered by a top team. A long flight to Carabag and to put in that performance. Have some shame. Honestly. I think top four is definitely more predictable. I think that should be where they're aiming for. I think inconsistency, as Rhys said, I think from all the changes that they're making, the constant chopping and changing, not knowing what their first choice defense is, it's going to make it hard for you to be consistently good all the time. And the same thing, I think I don't rate the lap like I do rate João Pedro, I think. But again, in that Tottenham game, he could have had a hat trick the first half, and he wasn't clinical enough. So I think it's just little things like that I think they're dangerous when they can be, when everything's clicking, but it's just the fact that they're not clicking consistently, which is their problem, which is, again, doesn't make me sad whatsoever. So that's not a sad thing for me to see. But yeah, I think top four is more likely. I think title challenges still is. I don't know whoever said that. I think it's crazy. Yeah, I don't think they're strong enough to be challenging for the title just yet. But
yeah, Rhys is saying not me. I can see. But I think at the beginning of the season, I don't think it was that outlandish to say that Chelsea would be in and around the mix. I think
that is
the way
crazy.
Bro, think about it. Think about at the end of last season, right? The trajectory that they were on. You were expecting that the next step that they would realistically take. They finished top four last season, right? The next step realistically would be you start to challenge. They're obviously going to spend more money as well. I think the summer, the business at the end looked a bit spooky. And then afterwards, I think it started to become a bit more questionable. And now the performances have backed up that the way that they've gone about the business was mad. The squad building wasn't great. And so they haven't built on the platform from last season. I don't think it was crazy to potentially look at Chelsea and go, they could be in the mix before the season started. I think that was possible.
I'd expect the world champs to compete. He's got it in his tag.
You know the problem here? You're seeing it from the viewpoint of a United fan where you currently are. That's the problem. You see them as challenges because that's
what
the
does
level
that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying.
And they spent money, bro.
How can you talk about like Arsenal? I'll talk about Arsenal.
He said, of course, his shed looks good to you. You're homeless.
How dare you, bro? I've at least got a cardboard box, bro. You know, I've got a cardboard box and man's got a shed.
Realistically, I did not get into this season thinking Chelsea are going to be competing for the title. As like, there's no point. Like, even with all the money they spent, I didn't think they're the team ready for the title just yet. I get what you mean, but I never thought they were like.
They're not even pump faking it, mate.
I think everyone kind of looked at the result against PSG, and I think it could go either way. like with the transfer market. If we backed Maresca properly, then yeah, you could sit there and say, all right, they might be onto something. But it was just the same type of player you're buying. You can't pull that result against PSG and then look at the manager and think, let me give him more of the same. Like, it just doesn't, it won't ever work. And I think we're just proving that time and time again. So I think it's all about transfer windows, isn't it? And who you're buying, whether someone's title contenders, to be honest.
You need more players. Is that what you're saying? My God.
That is so cheeky coming from you. Again,
Yeah, honestly,
grass.
500million.com.
Don't throw rocks.
What did he
man.
say?
They need more players.
Right message, wrong
What did he
message.
say?
We're just asking you to do a little something that Sunderland and Bournemouth are doing right now. You know, just put your toe in the pool. Like, you don't have to go the whole way, swim a whole length. Just a little bit. Give a hezzy. Compete until December at least. Until Thanksgiving.
I told you.
You know?
I told you we spent $1 billion on orphans, bro. We didn't pay Bundesliga tax. We didn't pay
Change your thing
Bundesliga
from world
tax.
champs to Oliver Twist FC.
We were held to ransom by orphans.
Oh,
Oliver Twist FC kills me.
No.
But I get it. Like, it's shaken out now. It's shaken out now the way that I guess you're saying, Io. I think the beauty is we've got our preseason predictions, so I will be looking through to make sure what you've said is valid. If I see Chelsea in the title picture for you, we will contact HMRC of Football Podcast and we'll get you pulled up.
Get him on, bro.
I hear it.
I'm
Well,
low key.
yeah, Chelsea.
I wanted to put us in like third place during the
No,
transfer
because I'm
window,
pretty
so-
sure my prediction was, I think I was the only person that said Man City are going to be competing for the title. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that was very confident in saying that. And I've been proven right. So trust me, HMRC, my prediction there. I'm ready for all of that. All of it. Ready.
Chelsea.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. All right, let's get into the preview section then, guys. Like I mentioned earlier, we've got two fixtures between the big six clubs: Spurs versus United, and also City versus Liverpool, and then also Arsenal will be going to Sunderland and Chelsea at home to Wolves. We'll start with the Spurs and United game. It's a 12:00 kickoff on Saturday, so tomorrow. It's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
don't bring up the time of the game, mate. Can't do that apparently. Just saying.
No, I'm just for context, brother. Relax. I'm not doing a Jurgen Klopp. It's context, you know. You have to give the 1 or 2 or 3 viewers that are watching a little bit of background. You get me? So we're playing Spurs. Our record stinks. We've basically got battered there every single season for the last 3 or 4 years. Big massive game. Going into the international break. It's a massive game for us. We'll start off with first the prediction league catch up because we've had changes in the league, so that will dictate who starts with the predictions. So in first place, Io, you're back at top, bro. 39 points, 7 correct scores. You had a mad week. I think you had 3 correct scores or something mad like that, or at least 2. Yep. Thank the Lord. You're back on top. Johnson's in second. Johnson, the hyenas are somewhere. Johnson's in second, 38.66 correct scores. Rhys, you're in third, bro, 35.6 correct scores. Razor, you're in fourth with 35 points, 4 correct scores. I'm in fifth, 32 points, 4 correct scores. Khem is in sixth. Thank God. You're below me, bro. Alphabetically, though, only 32 points and 4 correct scores as well. And Nash, you're in seventh with 24 points, 2 correct scores. Man cracks up every time he says this.
He's not touched 30 points.
Bro, he's been handicapped by the 1 week, innit? So he's catching up. He's catching up.
He's languishing, bro. Catching up is crazy.
It's a slow catch, man. We still got many game weeks left. Io, we'll start with you, bro, since you're top of the table.
Of course.
Spurs versus United. What is your prediction and how do you think the game will go?
What's the protest? I put 2-1. I put 2-1 Spurs. I just think, as you said, I didn't know about your poor record against them, but I remember every time I've seen the game, I feel like Spurs always run you guys close. And I think Spurs at home will cause you guys some problems. And both teams I don't like, but I can see it being a tight game. I can see Spurs here running out 2-1 winners. I think that's how it ends for me.
All right, fair enough. That makes sense. Johnson's also gone Spurs 2-1 with his prediction. Rhys, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
I went Spurs 2-1. I think they'll just have enough to get over the line.
All right, 2-1 all round. Razor, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
I have gone Spurs 3-2. I actually think this is going to be a bit of a slugfest back and forth, and I reckon there's going to be some indiscipline and maybe even a sending off, and just some head loss. So yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few goals. I was tempted to back United because they've had more rest and they didn't play in the middle of the week, but you got two teams who never do what they're supposed to do. So I think going against logic is what I'm going to do. So yeah, 3-2 Spurs is my out there prediction.
All right, so you've gone more goals, but still Spurs win. I've gone draw, so I've gone for a Desmond. I've gone 2-2 in this game. I hope United are going to win, but yeah, I feel like this game could have a similar feel to that Forest game last week. Even though Spurs are they haven't been that good in the league at home. I think, didn't they get a last-minute equaliser against Wolves? They got 2 L's, I think, home obviously to Chelsea in the last game, and they lost at home to Villa as well. So at home they're a bit shaky, but I don't quite back us to get over the line. I think it will depend a lot though on our front line, because that is one thing we didn't chat about in the Forest recap. Our front line was not good. Like, they've been good so far this season, especially in Buemo. Obviously Cunha's been in and out of games, and Sesko as well, but all three were pretty bad in that game, so they're going to need to be firing for us to have any chance of winning. But I think 2-2 is probably about right. Nash, Khem, what's your prediction, bro?
2-2 as well. Solely because I actually predicted you guys to win last week late, and you let me down, so I don't trust you guys no more. So yeah, I'm going with 2-2. You'll get some goals, but neither of you can defend.
The cheek of you. Just also for the listeners and viewers, Khem did not send his through as you were told on last week's episode. He did, though, manage to get his predictions in before the first game was kicked off. So he was able to get at least the result 1 point per game. But yeah, no slander on anyone's predictions.
I didn't even get the last minute tag, man. I didn't even get that tic tac. Selfish.
All right, we're I'm pretty sure there was a tic tac meme dropped in the group, but you just failed to drop it. All right,
shut up and make a protest.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, this guy.
I've actually picked up.
Nash, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
Against my better judgment, I've gone United winning 2-1, but it's going to be dark things are going to happen to us in that game to just show us how far behind we are and how much further we have to go, bro. Tottenham are going to do something terrible to us, and somehow we'll eke out a win. So it's going to be a disgusting win, but I see us doing it. 2-1 to the United.
Oh, bro. I love your predictions, man, because if I took out your result and just listened to the words that you said, I would never attach 2-1 United win to what you just said, bro. That was crazy.
We've been winning games, we've been getting peppered, man. It's a disgusting season.
I know, but Spurs, man, I think the results that we've all predicted are all doable, because both teams are very, very unpredictable. Spurs are at home, so I understand why more people have gone for it. But I think a 1-goal margin, a draw is all totally possible. And obviously that means, Spurs are probably going to smash us 4-0 now. But let's see how it goes. We'll do Sunderland, Arsenal next. We'll start with you, Io. You guys are on a run. How many clean sheets is it? I don't know if you're close to any records around that, but I know you're not conceding goals. What's your prediction for this one, bro?
I've gone 2-0 to the Arsenal. I think it'll be tighter than. Actually, I was very tempted to go 2-1 because I do think this might be the game we concede. For some reason, I think Sunderland just got a lot of confidence at home, and they've looked pretty dangerous going forward. So, but I just think we are just really solid. It doesn't matter if we're away or at home right now. So, yeah, I've gone 2-0 to the Arsenal. I think we're on 9 games. I think clean sheets. I think in a row, if not maybe 10. But I'm pretty sure we're nearly double digits, 8 or 9. I think, fingers crossed. But I'm sure Razor can will clarify for me eventually. But yeah, 2-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, Johnson's gone 1-0 to the Arsenal, so similar vibe from him. Rhys, what's your prediction in this Sunderland Arsenal game?
I went 2-0 Arsenal. I think, Arsenal will. And I think Arsenal will be solid at the back. I did wait as a disclaimer. I did send these to Ant like an hour ago. I didn't, but I reckon 2-0 Arsenal solid at the back. Another clean sheet. And you said about records, but there's only one record that matters right now, and that's Chelsea's record of 15 goals conceded. And I don't want to hear about no clean sheets until that record gets eclipsed. So, all right, you're winning set pieces, bloody, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter to me at the end of the season, did it?
What a hater. What a hater. That is terrible.
Rhys, I swear that Rhys's Arsenal villain arc is something for us to keep an eye on. There are a couple interesting little drive-by videos and photos he was dropping in the group chat.
It's Johns that are doing this to me, man. You're turning me into a villain.
Don't blame me. Blame
you,
me,
man.
blame
You
John.
Arsenal, man.
Nah, don't.
What did I do? What did you say fuck me for?
Yeah, to be fair, you get a pass, but if you keep talking smack about Rhys James, I might have to include you.
Hey, first of all, I'm next for the predictions.
Leave my right back alone.
Yeah,
bro.
you are next. You are. Yeah, sure.
First of all, you're just upset because I said what I said, which was that Timber has been the best fullback, the best right back, definitely in the Prem this season so far, based on form. That is not up for debate. Secondly, you're also vexed because you've got world champion, your little line thing underneath your name, but you couldn't beat the champions of Azerbaijan. That's what this is about. So don't project your anger on us, please, sir.
How did you get on against the champions of Europe again? Remind me. How did you do against the champions of Europe?
We didn't play them during summer holidays, bruv. Like, we played them when it mattered, didn't it? And like, fair enough. I'm willing to hear it.
You played them at peak time and you lost.
I'm willing to hear it.
Right.
If man is saying like, but you lot are talking about, we're top 4. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Let me do the prediction thing real quickly. Yeah. Sunderland 0, Arsenal 2. Shaka's return. The away fans are going to serenade him. It's not changing shit. We're going to sing his name. We're going to shut him out. Their house, their gaff, whatever. I do feel like Lana, I was tempted to say that we could concede, but I think we're going to win 2-0 to the Arsenal. But yeah, man, Rhys James is a trip to the shop away from another half season out, bruv. There's no way he could chat to my man of God, Pastor Timber. Let it go, my brother. No weapons formed against Pastor Timber can prosper. It's impossible.
Yeah. All right. We'll try and skip over that because I don't want Rhys to come back on absolute fire. I've also gone Arsenal 2-0. I think it could have been 1-0 to the Arsenal as well, but I think 2-0 is a safer prediction because Sunderland have looked good. But I don't know if you guys watched the Everton game they had. I think it was a Monday. They didn't look as good and as impressive as they had been in previous weeks. So I'm kind of just expecting the Sunderland drop-off to come at some point, and I feel like Arsenal is the perfect team to come up there and give them a reality check, to be honest, and not really give them too many chances. So I've gone 2-0. Khem, what's your prediction? Perfect chance for you to insert hater prediction right now.
Absolutely, I've gone 1-1. I have slid down the table. Not that long ago, I was first, and now I'm suddenly in the relegation zone. So the only way I can really climb back up is with different predictions. Also, Sunderland they're actually one of the form teams. To be fair, I think they've won 3 of their last 5. We have to give them some credit there. And they're at home. They'll have time to get drunk as well. Xhaka will be ready to perform against the team that once booed him off the pitch. So I think eventually you'll concede a goal. So let it be on Saturday night.
Fair enough. Nash, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
Unfortunately, it's going to be the return of one of my all-time favorite phrases in all of football history, but in a context I just can't enjoy. Shaq on the ball, so it's not nice. Arsenal 3-0.
Okay, bro. That one matched the scoreline a bit more. We're getting there, bro. I'm liking it. All right. All right. So we've gone full house apart from Khem. Arsenal win on that one, so not a shock. Let's get to Chelsea Wolves then. Io, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 Chelsea. Chelsea at home. Wolves are shocking. I don't think they've got a manager yet as well.
No,
I'm not that I've seen. So yeah, I think Wolves are they're pretty much doomed. And yeah, Chelsea need to have a big result after the poor game in midweek. So yeah, 3-0 Chelsea, even though I don't want that to happen. But yeah, should be comfortable. Should be comfortable for them, I think.
All right, you've gone 3-0. Johns has gone 2-0. Chelsea against Wolves. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
I went 4-1 because Wolves are terrible and we need a bit of a confidence boost. But we'll always concede a goal. So yeah, slap 4-1, isn't it? Hopefully.
Yeah. All right, 4-1. You guys have gone big scoring. Yeah. Razor, what's your prediction on this one?
Continuing the trend of big scoring, and despite our differences, I'm agreeing with Rizzle. But I think it's going to be 3-1 to Chelsea. Chelsea haven't been convincing like recently, but you actually just don't need to be convincing to beat Wolves this season. It's free lunch. They're easy grub. But yeah, I agree with Rhys. I can't see Chelsea keeping a clean sheet for 90 minutes against Wolves or not, at the Bridge or not. I feel we're going to have a bozo moment. Will it be one of the centre backs? Will it be the keeper? Who knows? But there will be one. That's what I think.
Yeah. I was tempted by this, guys, but you know what? Wolves away, I know they've been diabolical generally, but Wolves away have got a couple of handy results. They obviously went to Spurs, got the draw there. Probably should have won, really. Spurs got quite lucky with that last-minute goal. So I've gone a bit of a closer scoreline. I've gone Chelsea to still win, but I've gone 2-1. Honestly, if Chelsea and Rhys, if you're still knocking about somewhere, you've got to beat Wolves at home, bro. Like all of you guys have said already, they've been terrible this season, and they've got no manager right now, so they're not even going to have like a new manager bounce or something that they'll be able to benefit from. So if you're gonna struggle, if you don't get a win against Wolves at home, then I do think there's got to be some question marks around what's happening, right? Like, I'm not saying like get rid of the coach or whatever, but just like something's going wrong. You've got to shuffle the team a bit more. You've got to try something else, or look at other solutions maybe to bring in January, because Wolves at home should be a banker, and yeah, you should win. But if it's a tricky game like with Karabag or something, then I would have more question marks with that than anything.
I was going to say it might be a banker, but I've actually seen us lose 4-1 at Stamford Bridge to Wolves. So yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, honestly, this is the type of like Barclays heritage game where a team comes to like a bigger quote team stinking up the gaff and then somehow gets like a crazy result like that. But I did see something about Wolves last season being in a similar place, and they brought in this guy who's ended up getting sacked now, Pereira, and they turned it around and got out of it. So who knows, if they get the next manager in and there's a bit of a bounce, they can become a decent team again. But right now it's a nice fixture, I think, for you guys to have. Nash, Khem, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
2-0 Chelsea. Wolves are diabolical, but I kept it low scoring because there's always that chance that Chelsea will get a red card. So if anyone's got Sky Bet or Betfair or whatever, then you might as well just slap a little bit on it because it's a good chance that happen. But yeah, well, like Ayo said, I think even Gary O'Neill said I don't even want to go back there. So it's not good for them right now.
Yeah, they're looking at Rob Edwards, I heard, right? The guy from Luton from a couple of seasons back, the one that all the random girls that suddenly found out about football were getting excited about. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him, man. I think Wolves, if they don't get the manager decision right, it could be curtains. But if they get a good manager in from somewhere, then maybe it could be turnaround time. But Nash, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
After the Conference League fixture during midweek, Chelsea go back to another Conference League game. I'm going 1-1. Chelsea Bulls.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. That's class. All right, we'll go on to the City Liverpool game. I don't know about you guys, but this is probably game of the weekend, right? Like resurgent City, Liverpool apparently turning the corner, not turning the corner. Arnie Slot's happy again. Big game of the weekend. Io, what's your prediction on this one?
I have gone 2-1 City. So yeah, I think City's in a good reign of form. You can't stop Haaland right now. And yeah, I think Haaland gets another goal. Liverpool, yeah, I think obviously Liverpool could not be confident, but I think it's misplaced. And yeah, I think City will be up for the game. And I think City run out 2-1 winners and they'll take it, keep the pressure on us.
Yeah, I think that's that's a pretty good shout. Johnson's also gone City 2-1. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one? You there, bro? You there?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Can I just say next time, can I go before you, Io? Because this is getting ridiculous now. I've gone 2-1.
The thing is, I don't blame you because I am leading, so I understand the inspiration it takes when the person leads. So I don't blame you trying to follow my lead.
Mind game.
It's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. I understand it, but it's ridiculous.
I'm trying to overtake Io. I'm ending up with goals.
All right, 2-1 as well for you. Razor, what's your prediction on this one?
The first thing that is most ridiculous is that Ant said that this was the game of the weekend. It's obviously the Granit Xhaka derby. That game is the game of the weekend.
Settle down.
Secondly, the more ridiculous thing is that no one's going to believe that we do these scores blind because I've also gone 2-1 to City. I reckon it's going to be shut up, man. You know everyone's sending them in blind, so no one's copying you. We're all just being logical. It's going to be a cagey game, but one team has a Viking marauder who's just unstoppable. Like it's a mad thing. Yeah, Liverpool at the summit of their powers, maybe, but right now I think City are going to have the edge, and the edge is going to be Erling Haaland, basically.
Yeah, he scored in midweek again, right, against Dortmund. That guy just won't stop scoring, man. He celebrated with little Chinese as well, little 3 roast meats. You know, what a guy. Shame he plays for City, man. But yeah, 2-1 for you as well, Razor. I've gone 2-1, bro. This is like I feel like it's a tap in prediction though, right? Like I'm looking at all the predictions that you guys are all sending in. Like majority of us have gone that way or the other way. But all 2-1, spoiler alert. So that kind of makes sense. Khem, what's your prediction in this one?
I have also gone 2-1, but to Liverpool. Because I had sent my, obviously from missing last week's, because I didn't get a nice tic-tac reminder from the host. So I had sent mine in the most random hours to Antony. He probably woke up thinking what's going on. And I was still probably quite drunk in Edinburgh from the game against Madrid. And I went 2-1 Liverpool, not realizing that we've actually let in 14 goals this season. But what do I always say? I'd rather lose with my guys and win with my ops. So I'm going with us. And also, we're not playing against any, as Rhys says, low balls and long blocks in this match. So there's a chance. We beat them last season. They'll usually do their usual style of playing out from the back. So we've got an opportunity to do it, man. You never know. McAllister's in form.
I don't know, bro. I think normally that would make not what you said. It was mostly Breeze, but the prediction part, I would say it makes sense for the City will play out from the back. But what I will say, this season, they have done long ball FC a few times. So I would if I was Arnie Slot, I wouldn't get too comfy. I'd get his defeat speech ready so that he can complain about the tactics afterwards. Because
but the Premier League
definitely do that.
The Premier League would have been onto them for this game of the week. All the eyes are on it. None of that long ball, long throw shit. You know, like we want to make the Premier League look good. The viewers are probably going down a little bit with how the standard has been this season. So
there's going to be bare viewers when we watch
all over the shop, son.
When we watch Van Dijk twerk again. When we watch Van Dijk twerking again, I think Haaland's going to get him.
Haaland actually struggles against Virgil, to be honest. So we'll see.
We shall see.
We will see. We will see. All right, Nash, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
He's going 4-0 somebody, watch. Somehow.
No.
Imagine if he gets it right there.
That's the worst thing.
I've actually gone for Liverpool to carry on their form 2-1 against City because Arne Slot is going to continue to show he's a useless manager by going back to Klopp's tactics from last year. He's not going to be in for a good day, but he'll get the result.
What is the logic?
No, that's hilarious,
bro.
That's hilarious. We'll take it.
That's class. That's class. All right, so pretty much all of us have gone. Well, literally all of us have gone 2-1. But 5 of us have gone 2-1 City, and Khem and Nash have gone with 2-1 Liverpool. All right, so all the predictions are in. We'll see.
Two guys at the bottom.
Man, we're fighting for our lives out here, mate.
It makes sense.
They're playing for a differential. They're like, right, everyone else is going to go as City. So if we can win big, high risk, high reward.
It's got to be done, man.
Honestly. I've tried that tactic, guys, and it literally just put me near the bottom of the table. So I've stopped doing that now. No. I was doing it for everyone, so settle down, bro. And I should have done it with Man United against you lot when we battered you. But all right, we'll wrap up the pod here. I'm just going to call out some of the chats as well because we've had quite a lot of comments come in. We've got Coach Jordake 2344. Shout out for you. You've been dropping loads of comments, so big up. Also, obviously, Johns is in the chat. He slept through, so well done, mate. Sick note, you should have been here. And then so Sahin Unau 9675 Galatasaray supporter, bit lost, but you know we might chat about
awesome, man. Shout out awesome, man. To the world.
He got a hat trick in the week. So yeah, big up them. But we'll wrap up the pod here, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.